when I'm orienting a map, the reason you orient a map is because I could be looking at my map, I'm in my location, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is here, I need to go in this direction. But how would I know if the map that I'm looking at should be in this way, or if I need to turn it this way? How do I know? How do I know it's not that way? Right? Just because I'm pointing this way doesn't mean that's north. So how do I know? Well, you orient your map using your compass. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn that casing until the north lines up with my buddy Fred here. Okay? Then you're going to take the red part of that magnetic needle and you're going to put that magnetic needle into the orienting arrow, also known as the shed. So you're going to put red in the shed and you're going to follow Fred. All right? Little easy way to remember it.
Put red in the shed and follow Fred.
So what that means is that I'm going to hold my compass so it's level, and I'm going to turn my torso until that red needle is in the shed, and then if I follow Fred, I know that direction is north, since I'd lined all those things up. So then what I can do is take my map, find the actual compass rose here. It'll tell me where north is, and then I can turn my map, put my compass right down on it. See, there we go. We have red in the shed, and then we're going to follow Fred, and it's lined up to the north. So now when I look at my map, if I stand in this spot and look at my map, I'll be able to look around and figure out, oh, okay, I'm in this location right here. I know that. This is where I started my hike, and I can see that there's different landmarks, and I can see that there's water that's going behind me. I can hear it. And then, okay, so I can figure out where I am and what's facing me and which direction I need to go. So if the trail comes to a split in the road, I can choose, okay, do I need to go left or right? Am I off trail? Okay, which direction do I need to be heading back into? So once again, that's orienting the map. So next one I want to talk about is some different parts of the map. So the first thing I want to talk about is these lines right here. See these thin lines? These are called contour lines. I'm not talking about these dotted ones. I'm talking about these thin ones here. And what they do is they help you understand one elevation. So you can see that there's numbers here. 5,000. That means 5,000 feet. 4750. That's the elevation of that contour. So what the contour does is the further apart the lines are, the more distance it is between that slope that's either going up or going down. So another way to do this and to understand contour lines is I have this illustration on my hand. So if I look at it, it's just a bunch of squiggly lines. But as soon as I make a fist, you can see that those lines kind of contour around the shape of my hand, and the topmost being those circles at the top. So a lot of times when you see things like buttes on the map here, you'll see that there's a little circle at the top, and again, there's that elevation that lets you know what's going on. Most maps have legends, just like this one does. So it'll tell you what the things are. The blue on the map is going to indicate waterways. These dotted lines here that are red, so for this map, they indicate the hiking trails. You can see the P here, which is going to be parking, so where you might park, where the trailhead might be. Some roadways, so this might be a forest road here, 4130. that will help you get back into those trails. These guys here, which are going to be indicators of how far it is from one point of a trail to the other point of a trail. So this one, in this case, is 2.9 miles. This scale in figuring out how far mileage is. So one way to do this is you can take like a piece of paracord and lay it across this marker and know that that's 3 miles. You can also like go ahead and section off maybe with a pen or a Sharpie each one of those mile markers, and then you could take that, and if you were trying to figure out the distance between, like, say, one trailhead and another trailhead, you could just lay that down on the trail and know, okay, well, that's 3 miles, and then you can measure it from there. All right, Scouts, Mr. Sloan here signing off. Again, really important. I know you guys like to use your phones and GPS on your phones, but phones die, batteries die, that it happens. And we gotta make sure that you have a compass and a map together, because one or the other doesn't really do much good. You need both of them together, and you got to really know how to use it. So practice makes perfect. Signing off. See you later.